Welcome back. We are ready for lesson 2.6, application unit conversions. Today we're going to be able to use unit conversions within the U.S. customary system to solve multi-step problems. We're also going to be able to write and interpret numerical expressions, along with performing operations with multi-digit whole numbers and with decimals to the hundredths, and converting like measurement units within a given measurement system. So, as we move on, we've got some vocabulary to review. First one is expression, a group of mathematical symbols that represent a number or can represent a number if values are assigned to any variables in the expression. An expression may include numbers, variables, operation symbols, and grouping symbols, but not relation symbols like equals, greater than, less than, and so on. Any expression that contains one or more variables is called an algebraic expression. A number model is a number sentence or expression that models or fits a number story or situation. For example, the story Sally had $5 and then she earned $8 can be modeled as the number sentence 5 plus 8 equals 13, or as the expression 5 plus 8. A relationship symbol is a symbol used to express a relationship between two quantities. Some relationship symbols are less than, greater than, and equal. Let's start off with our math message here. Park rangers are putting up a fence along a 2-mile section of campground path. How many feet of fencing will they need? What you can do for a problem like this is use your student reference book. And so I have a snip of what that would be. Right here, you can see it gives us the U.S. customary system units of length conversion chart. We see that 1 mile equals 1,760 yards, or 5,280 feet. And we can see we have yards to feet, yards to inches, a foot to inches. We'll go back to our problem here, and it says it's a 2-mile section. How many feet? So I know that I'm doing miles to feet, and I see that 1 mile has 5,280. 1 mile has 5,280. So I'm going to write that down, 5,280 equals 1. And so I want to know what is 2. So for a problem like this, I've converted 1 mile, and I know that I can just create a chart to figure out what 2 is. So I'm actually going to take 5,280 times 2. And as you can see, for this, we are using what we practiced in the last 2 lessons of multiplying. So I'm going to write out using my US traditional of 5,280 times 2, and then I'm going to solve that using the same method as I learned and practiced last time. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1, we can put a 5 here, and then 2 times 5 is 10, which would give us 10,560, and I want to label that, so feet, okay? So again, we converted the 2 miles into feet. We see that 1 foot is 5,280, and so 2 would be 10,560. Remember, you always have the SRB online to help you. So when you are changing the unit in which a measurement is expressed, this is called converting a measurement to a different unit. In the last problem, we just converted from miles to feet. So here are some examples of continuing that. So what I have here is we figured out 1 was 5,280, and then I figured from that 2 was 10,560. For each one of these, what we did was we multiplied 1 times 5,280. Then I multiplied 2 times 5,280. Multiplied 3 times 5,280, and so on. Or what you could do for each one is just add 5,280 to get the next value. Let's say that I wanted to figure out what 6 miles was. I could take 5,280 and multiply that by 6, okay? That answer should be 26,400 plus 5,280. We continue that trend here. So again, 6 would be here, would represent this. And you could write out your traditional multiplication problem just like we did with finding out 2 miles and writing that times 6. And you'll notice that I am going to 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4 is 16. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 1. We would get 31,680. So for problems, it's necessary to convert units before the problem can even be solved. In today's lesson, you're going to use multiplication to solve problems involving those unit conversions. So something to remember is when solving problems, you should start by making sense of the problem or thinking about what the problem is asking you and what information you need in order to solve it. There are techniques for making sense of a problem, and they might include making a table or drawing a picture in addition to determining what information you need. A huge reminder that when you're doing story problems is to use cubes, circling the important numbers, underlining the question so that you can point out exactly what is being asked of you, box in important words, evaluate your work, and then solve. Number models represent real-world problems using only numbers and mathematical symbols. A number model that has no relation symbol, so equal, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, or not equal, that's called an expression. So a number model without these is called an expression. 5 times 16. This is an expression, okay? If we were to solve this, it would become a number model, okay? Right now, it's an expression. But what you can do here is use US traditional and then check whether the same using another method. So you could use lattice. You could use partial product. So what you're going to do today is you are going to complete number 1 all on your own. I'm going to do number 2 for you. I'm going to talk you through this, and then you're going to solve number 1. A seamstress sewed 2 pieces of fabric together. One piece, let me get my pen here. One piece is 3 feet long. The other was 8 inches long. What is the length of the 3-foot piece of fabric in inches? So what I need to do is think about my conversions, and I know that 1 foot, if I can write this, 1 foot equals 12 inches. Okay? I know that. And I can double check that using an SRB or an online conversion chart. So what is the length of a 3-foot piece in inches? Well, I know it's going to be 3 times 12, which is 36. What is the total length of the new piece of fabric? And again, we're using inches. So I'm going to turn this into a 36, 36 plus 8. 36 plus 8 because we're sewing 2 pieces together. That together tells me we're adding them together. So I know that 6 plus 8, so we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Put my 4, carry my 1. So it's going to be 44 inches. Write an expression to model both steps of the number story. Well, first of all, I took 3 times 12, and I'm going to put that in parentheses because I did that first. Put that in parentheses, and then I added 8 inches. And again, it's asking me for an expression, so I'm not going to put an equal sign. I'm not going to put the answer. This is simply what I did to solve this problem. So now what I would like you to do is to solve number 1.